Hi friends, today we are going to know about the human digestive system and its parts. So, human digestive system is a very complex in nature. Different parts are involved and perform different functions by using various digestive juices and enzymes. The alimentary canal is basically a long tube extending from mouth to anus, right? This all is also known as the alimentary canal. All this is also known as the alimentary canal. So now we are going to know about this alimentary canal, right? So from first, when the food enters into our mouth, right? When the food enters into our mouth, the mouth usually has different functions for the digestion of the food. Every part in this alimentary canal perform its function for the digestion of food. So from when we take the part mouth, in the mouth, food is cut and crushed by the teeth in the mouth and mixed with saliva to make it wet and slippery, right? The saliva is all secreted by three pairs of salivary glands. Two pairs are located at the side of the jaw and below the tongue. One pair is located in the palate. Saliva mainly consists of an enzyme, amylase, which helps in the breakdown of complex carbohydrates to simple ones. The tongue helps in mixing the food, right, and pushing it into the next part. I think you all have understood, right? The lower jaw also helps in the whole process. So here in the mouth, when the food enters into the mouth, in the mouth what happens, the saliva is present. The saliva plays a very important role for the digestion of carbohydrates, right? So the food which is cut and crushed by our teeth in the mouth and mixed with the saliva, is this process is called mastication. This process is called mastication. It's a very important thing, mastication. So after this, it passes through the buccal cavity and to the pharynx, and it enters into the esophagus. These two are, we in this standard we all only need to know about these two, that is these two are for only transportation food, and later we discuss about these two functions. And after passing from these two, the food enters into the esophagus, right? The food enters into the esophagus, and the esophagus is nothing but the tube like structure which connects mouth to stomach. I mean, which connects the mouth to stomach. So these esophagus is only for the transportation of the food. And here in esophagus, a movement is taken place, that is peristaltic movement. The peristaltic movement is taken place when the esophagus, when the food is passed from the mouth to esophagus and esophagus to the stomach. The movement is called peristaltic movement. Esophagus. And after this, from the esophagus, by the peristaltic movement, the food enters into the stomach. In the stomach, there is an acid, that is HCl acid. So this HCl acid in the stomach is very a strong acid. You may have get a doubt how the stomach is protected by this HCl acid, very strong acid. Means the stomach has, how the stomach will be like this, means so um, the stomach will be protected by a layer called mucus, so which helps the stomach from the strong acid. So it will be in the layer. It will be in the layer form. So the HCl may not attack the stomach. You have to remember this point, okay? When in the stomach consists of HCl, so which mainly acted on the food, in which the food has proteins. It acts on the proteins. So after that, the carbohydrates will be uh, uh, digested in the mouth, half of it. So maximum the carbohydrates will be digested in the mouth, and next the proteins will be in the stomach. Okay, you are clear, right? So from the stomach it enters into the duoden. You all maybe get what is the role of duoden. It's nothing but only for transportation, right? The duoden helps in only for transportation, and these duoden will be connected by a liver. Bile is nothing but liver, and this is pancreas. I think all you know about pancreas, right? So they will be connected to the duoden, and after the duoden, the food, that is a bolus, the food after the digestion in the stomach, that food is known as bolus, right? That food is known as the bolus. It's very important. The food is known as the bolus. So after this, the bolus enters into the duoden. It enters into the duoden, and after that, by the liver and pancreas, some juices are required, means some juices are secreted from these two parts into the duoden, and from the duoden the food will be passed into the small intestine. The small intestine is a very large part in digestion, right? So the small intestine plays a very important role in the digestion, and after this, from the small intestine the food get transferred into the small intestine, sorry, large intestine. So we have to know what happens in small intestine. To know about the concept that what the food get, how the get food get digested in the small intestine, please subscribe the channel. Next, so after the food transfers into the large intestine, the large intestine just absorb the water from the food. I mean, from the half digested food. That means totally when it reaches the large intestine, the digestion is completely filled out. I mean, completely take over. But only the large intestine absorbs the water. It absorbs the water, and the food, I mean, the digested food will be passed into the rectum, and from rectum to anus. So when we get this feeling of expel the food, I mean the waste material. So from when it get into the rectum, the food, it becomes the waste material. So from the rectum it passes to the anus, and when we get the feeling of expelling the material from out, we'll get expelled. I mean, we make that waste material expelled out. So this is the thing which happened from uh, first to last. So I think you all have understand. If you have any doubts, please comment it. I'll make sure I can solve your doubts. For knowing the digestion that takes place in small intestine, please subscribe the channel. Thank you.